Howdy there, folks. DeVern Augustus coming at you with day six today. Day six. Wow. So today's kind of about life changes. You just never know. You just never ever know what life is going to throw at you. And life is always going to change. And when it does, it changes in a friggin' instant. Think about it. If you have kids, when your first baby was born, you were not a parent, and then you were. Life was different from that day forward. If you've lost a partner, a parent, excuse me, life was different the instant you learned of that person's passing. When a relationship ends, there is a definite line where life was before and life is after. Change is instantaneous, it's definite, it's life changing. Sometimes we do know that that change is coming. Just like, oops, we have a baby today. Yeah, one day you aren't married, and then you say, I do, and now you are a married person from that point forward. For every change we can see coming at us or choose to make, there are as many, I dare say more, that we can just never, ever see coming. They blindside us. Think back over the last year for me. There's something that changed for you. Something in your life changed that created lasting ripples and side effects. How about maybe in the lives of the people you know and care about? I mean, we've all been asked that question or thought of that question. If you had 1 year to live, what would you do with that time? What would you do? So, have you ever stopped to ask yourself what you want your life to look like 1 year from now? Do you want it to be the same or do you want it to be different? Do you want different to be steps forward or steps backward? If you could just wave a magic wand and have your perfect year, your best year yet, what would that look like? So what needs to happen for you to be able to say that this year was the best year I've ever had? Okay, if you could take action starting today that greatly increased your opportunity to look back 1 year from now and say, wow, this year really has been the best year of my life so far, would you take those steps? Would you even think about trying? 12 months from now, you're at dinner with your person. Maybe you met them over the last 12 months. Maybe that's what would make it a perfect year. Maybe you reconnected with them over the last 12 months. You're both there. And you can point back to today, the day you made decisions that culminated in your most amazing year to date. How would that feel? Where would you be? Are you on track for that right now? Your train, it's headed somewhere. It's going to go somewhere. Is it going to end up where you want it to end up? Are you, or are you just winging it? And with a kind of, oh, we'll see what happens next kind of attitude. So I don't know about you, but I have definitely found for myself that if, you know, if I'm just the most happy when I know what I'm working towards. And it doesn't always happen the way that I plan or think it's going to, but when I plan, I typically end up close to that goal. So, the last thing I want for any one of you folks out there is that life changes this year, as it does in an instant, and you're not ready for it. And then just have you completely be caught off guard. I know that you have it in you to plan to grow, plan to improve, plan to protect. I'm willing to bet that you know a family or a couple that had something devastating happen this last year. A partner died or become incapacitated. A personal health crisis took someone out of the workforce. A child or a parent needed care that just wasn't covered by insurance. That's kind of something that's really in the news right now, that whole insurance piece. It could be a house fire, a career, or a business loss. The list goes on and on. So if that happened to you or your family now, this year, today, would it be GoFundMe time or could you weather the storm? Flip side of that, could you help someone who needed it without affecting how you care for your own needs? Or would you just have to say, "Ugh, sorry, I can't do that right now"? You can do things right now, today, that completely changes your life and makes it so much better. So, did any of this strike a chord? Did you wonder, well, what would I do? And if you don't have an answer, maybe it's time you put together a plan. So, if this is your time to do something, to make changes, comment ready below for me. So it's a thought-provoking one today. I hope it made some sense. I hope you got some things to think about out of it. And I am looking for some of those ready comments. With that, I'm out. This was day 6 of 30. Can't wait to see you guys on the next one. Ciao.